Okay. Vikings have just done the first couple of moves, for getting down to the 53. Uh, BC, they put BC on injured reserve. He tore the ACL in his other knee. Not even, he tore his ACL last year. Now he tore his ACL in the other knee. That really sucks for him. I mean, that's probably the end of his career. I mean, I don't think um, I don't think there's really any guys who've played on two ACL tears. So that's, I mean, that's you know morbidly good news for other guys who might be trying to get in as a receiver or other positions. They put T.Y. McGill on injured reserve too. He got hurt in the preseason finale. These people wanted to have starters playing. Like, look what happened to some of these guys who lost their shot at the roster, maybe even lose their careers because they played in that game. But I was kind of surprised with him because the report was that the injury wasn't too severe. Um, but that sounds like that would be his season too. Um, and they cut a couple other guys who they cut like Myron Mitchell, the receiver, and Ty Smith, and there was one other guy. No big names yet. The biggest like news slash rumor for that I saw today is that supposedly Alexander Mattison is very much on the trading block. Like they're very open to trading him, provided they get some sort of return, which tells me that they are very high on the running backs that they have. I mean, we know Kane Wong is going to make it because he's the return guy. Ty Chandler though would be the guy maybe on the bubble if you're not going to necessarily keep four running backs plus C.J. Ham, but that's probably a good sign that they really like Ty Chandler. I think they're right to really like Ty Chandler. Um, and Mattison is in his last year; he'll be a free agent. You're not going to be bringing him back. Um, um, Now I saw one thing I saw like, well, yeah, you could get a comp pick for the draft next year if he leaves, or technically, I don't think it would technically even be for the draft next year. It would be like the draft after that, but you would get comp pick if he gets signed. But I don't know I don't know that he's going to sign for like a big deal somewhere. The kind that gives you like a really good draft pick. So I would think if someone offers them like a fifth for Mattison, they'll probably do it. Supposedly, there's quite a few teams that are interested, and I don't blame him for being interested. Madison's fine, but um, he's not like a part of the future here beyond this year. And you could play out the year. Dalvin always misses time, but I think we've got guys who can fill in and could be more explosive than Mattison. Like Madison's had a few standout games in his time here, but he's had some real screw ups. I mean, for God's sake, I've that play in Seattle where it was the 4th and 1, and for some reason he runs rather than running to the hole, he runs right into the line and gets stuffed, and then we lose that game, and that would have been a playoff team if they had just won that game. Um, and he had that fumble against Detroit last year when they're trying to hold on to that lead. That almost cost him the game. You know, you know, he's fine. He's a decent player, but he's not. I don't think keeping Alexander Mattison when it would just be for one more year. I don't think that's really worth potentially losing a Ty Chandler, who I think is going to be a much more dynamic player. So I think if over the next couple days, um, you know, they get an offer of like a fifth, I think they would jump on it, and I would too because I think if they roll into the season with Cook, Wongwu, and Chandler, they are fine. They are more than fine at running back. And I don't think they would be able to like cut a Chandler and get him to the practice squad. Someone would pick him up because you know, granted, I mean even he was only like a 5th round pick, but you know, someone would pick him up and stick him as like their third running back or something. So we'll see what happens there, but no, not a lot of cuts yet. I believe tomorrow is, I don't know what time tomorrow, but I believe tomorrow is the day that they have to get down to this. So there might be some more tonight. We'll see. Probably do a video, big wrap up video for everything, unless something giant comes down the pipe, like a Mattison trade. Um, but yeah, offer us a fifth for Mattison, and I would jump on that.